And Cheryl, if you could please call the roll.
Mrs. Hados.
Here.
Mr. McGuire. Mr. Martin.
Here.
Mr. Potash. Chairman Morales.
Here, and we have a quorum. You've all received the minutes for June 24th, 2024. Does anyone have any additions, corrections, or deletions? Hearing none, the minutes will stand as distributed. You've also received the budget report for January 1st through June 30th, 2024. And Mayor, if you could give us a rundown.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. With 50% of our budget year completed, our revenues are a little more than 68%, expenditures at 39%, so we are performing better than budget in both categories.
Thank you, Mayor. Any questions from council concerning the budget? And from anyone in attendance this evening? Okay. Moving on, we have two items under communication. The first from Mayor Sherry Capello informing council of the appointment of Recycling Coordinator Constance Bretz as the City of Lebanon representative on the Greater Lebanon Refuse Authority, and that's effective July 2nd, 2024. And Mayor?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The Refuge Authority's bylaws require a representative from the most populated area be a member of the executive committee and the board. The city's recycling coordinator has filled this role for a very long time. Not sure how far back it goes, but at least 20 plus years.
All right. Thank you, Mayor.
Welcome.
And any questions from council? And from anyone in attendance? All right. And we appreciate leading the way, I guess, there with the Refuse Authority. The second item under communications from Mayor Sherry Capello informing council of the reappointment of Wayne Tarvin to the Zoning Hearing Board, and this is for a 5-year term effective July 15th, 2024. And Mayor?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So Mr. Tarvin is a retired architect from a firm in York City. He first was appointed as an alternate and then appointed as a regular member in March of this year when board member Michael Barrett passed away.
All right. Thank you, Mayor. Any questions from
Welcome.
council?
Mr.
And
Chair.
from anyone in attendance? All right.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
I just wanted to make a quick comment. I just always appreciate seeing somebody who has the background, has the qualifications. You know, Wayne, I've known him for many years, and I just wanted to, again, I know we've been over this because it's been fairly recent since he was appointed to the continuation of the previous term, but thank him for the commitment going into another 5 years for this position. So that's all I have.
Absolutely. Considering all of the boards the city has are all volunteers, we appreciate Wayne stepping up. And if you could pass that on, Mayor.
I will.
All right, moving on, we have 3 resolutions tonight. The first being resolution number 11, confirming the reappointment of Wayne Tarvin to the City of Lebanon Zoning Hearing Board for a 5-year term effective July 15th, 2024. And I would like to make a motion for resolution number 11. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Thank you, Brian. Resolution number 11 has been moved and seconded. This is just a formality from the above, correct, Mayor?
So the Pennsylvania Municipalities Planning Code requires the governing body to appoint members to the Zoning Hearing Board and other planning agencies. The city's home rule charter requires the mayor to appoint planning and zoning board members, and that is why we'll have the communication and the resolution.
Thank you for that explanation, Mayor. And do I have any questions from anyone on council and from anyone in attendance this evening? Okay. Hearing none, Cheryl, if you could please call the roll.
Mrs. Hados.
Yes.
Mr. Martin.
Yes.
Chairman Morales.
Yes, that's 3 in favor, 0 against. Resolution number 11 is so moved. Moving on to our second resolution this evening, resolution number 12, approving specifications for requests for proposals for professional auditing services for the year ending December 31st, 2024, with the options to extend through December 31st, 2026. And do I have a motion?
Yes, Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to adopt resolution number 12.
And I will second that. Resolution number 12 has been moved and seconded. Mayor?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So this is standard operating procedure. Every 3 years, the city places an RFP out for auditing services, and Barbicane Thornton is our current auditor. We've had various auditors over the course of time that I've been mayor.
And as we've discussed on Thursday, they've also, in the past.
They
and then we-
previously were, and then
Yes.
we had another auditor in between there for a period of time, and
Yes.
then they were the lowest qualified bidder 3 years ago.
Any questions from council? And from anyone in attendance? Hearing none. Cheryl, if you could please call the roll.
Mrs. Hados,
Yes.
Mr. Martin,
Yes.
Chairman Morales.
Yes, that's 3 in favor, 0 against. Resolution number 12 is so moved. Moving on to our last resolution this evening is resolution number 13, confirming the appointment of the law firm of Eckert, Siemens, Sharon, and Mellett LLC as city solicitor effective July 15th, 2024. And do I have a motion for resolution number 13?
Yes, I'll make a motion to adopt resolution number 13.
And I will second that. Resolution number 13 has been moved and seconded. Mayor.
So Michael Miller is with us this evening. Mike has been the city's labor attorney since 2010. We have a long tenure with Mr. Miller, and I have the utmost respect for him and his law firm. They serve us very well, and Tricia, Morgan, we're both from the same law firm, and that's why we can get multiple partners with the law firm. So we're just appointing the name of the law firm so that any one of them can attend our meetings.
Great. Thank you, Mayor. Mr. Miller, welcome, and thank you.
Thank you, Chair Morales. I've been practicing law for 28 years, 14 of which I've been serving the city of Lebanon, so that's an equal half, I guess. And I've been doing municipal work my entire career. Started out as an assistant Allegheny County solicitor. Started out at 12 when my dad was on borough council, my mom was on the school board. We talked about zoning at the dinner table. It was a very boring household. But I obviously drank the Kool-Aid, so I'm very pleased to continue serving the city, and I'm very pleased to be available to the mayor and to the staff, all of whom I've worked with, and it's a real privilege and an honor to be here.
All right. Well, thank you, sir. And are there any questions from council for Mr. Miller? Again, welcome, sir. And any questions from anyone in attendance? Okay. Hearing none, Cheryl, if you could please call the roll.
Mrs. Hados,
Yes.
Mr. Martin,
Yes.
Chairman Morales.
Yes, that's 3 in favor, 0 against. Resolution number 13 is so moved. And moving on to our last item on the agenda tonight, and that is Bill number 3, amending Article 930, recycling of the codified ordinances of the City of Lebanon, Pennsylvania, to amend sections regarding definitions, separation of recyclables, and preparation of storage and recyclables. And this is on final reading. Do I have a motion for Bill number 3?
Yes, Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to adopt on final reading Bill number 3.
And do I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Karen. Bill number 3 has been moved and seconded. Mayor, for the fourth time.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chair. This ordinance amendment is to correct an oversight in the text of the ordinance from its original adoption in 2006. The term high-grade office paper is defined in the ordinance, and we require all commercial, municipal, and institutional uses to recycle high-grade office paper. But the item has been recycled, but it is not specifically listed in section 930.04A2. So this amendment will correct that oversight.
Great, thank you, Mayor, and I hope we haven't missed anything else.
I hope not.
So, any questions from council on Bill number 3? And from anyone in attendance this evening? It's an easy one this evening. Cheryl, if you could please call the roll.
Mrs. Hados,
Yes.
Mr. Martin,
Yes.
Chairman Morales.
Yes, that's 3-4, 0 against. Bill number 3 is so moved, and that is on final reading. That ends the formal agenda for this council meeting this evening. At this time, I will open the floor to council.
Don't have anything.
Yes, Mr. Chair, I have something. First, so I do need to check, Craig, were you going to come up and talk about the car show coming up? All right, that's the only, I've been a little bit out of the loop lately, so that was the one thing I wanted to make sure that was talked about tonight. So I'll let you come up and talk about that then. So that's all I have. Thanks.
All right, Brian. And Mayor, anything this evening? And from the press this evening? All right. And at this time, I will open the floor to any city residents. Craig? Mr. Gates? And thank you.
Craig Gates, 47 Berwyn Park in Lebanon. I'm here on behalf of the Community of Lebanon Association, coming up on Sunday, August 18th. We're having our annual car show. Again, it'll be out in front of the county building. It'll be held from 12 o'clock to about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So we invite you all to stop out Sunday, August 18th, and I'm sure the mayor will be there. I think you're one of our judges again this year. So come on out. Thank you.
How many years, Craig?
I know it's at least 50. I think this is 51st or 52nd. So.
Wow.
Yeah. Last year was one of our biggest ever. If you were out, it went all the way down to the firehouse and Poplar Street. So come on out.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for what you do. All right. Is there anyone else? Cornell?
Cornell Wilson, 27 South 6th Street. One, I wanted to remind you is that you're invited to come to the Back to School Festival. We did collect thousands and thousands worth of supplies, and we have way over 1,000 book bags to give out to the kids. We have about 50 vendors or organizations that'll be there, food, bounce houses, music, and it'll be in the stadium August 3rd from 9 to 12. Be nice to see some of you, or if you have kids or grandkids, August 3rd, sorry if I said, if you have grandkids or nieces or nephews, this is open to all Lebanon County, but it's in Lebanon City. That's that. And the second thing is there an ordinance, or I believe there's an ordinance that you can't block sidewalks, that a wheelchair couldn't come past, or people walking, there should be enough room on the sidewalk. That's an ordinance that exists? Okay, because there's a lot of canopies and barbecues and realtors and stuff who have big signs, even blocks away, that are blocking the whole sidewalks and stuff. So I just was curious if that's a rule.
If you have an address or addresses and you want to give them to us, but we do tend to see them, and then we'll issue a letter, or
Okay.
depending if they've been previously notified, there may be
Yeah, there's
other
some big
enforcement.
sign. I'll give you that. There's some big signage of blocking the whole sidewalk. And
Yeah, I actually noticed, I think it was 6th and Cumberland, I believe it might have been a Saturday, that they had a tent up and over the sidewalk, yeah, to where it was completely covering.
I mean, at least that you can walk through the canopy, but there's some large signs for realtors or for sales that are blocking the whole sidewalk and stuff, so nobody could get past, or wheelchairs definitely couldn't get through.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Cornell.
Cornell.
And is there anyone else? Okay. Well, thank you, everyone, for coming out this evening. With that, I'll take a motion to adjourn.